Public Defender. The public defender is a public servant employed by the community and responsible for giving legal aid without cost to any person who seeks it and is financially unable to employ private counsel. It is his duty to defend those accused of crime until they are proved guilty by law. The story I'm about to tell you concerns the strongest emotion in the world, a mother's desire for a child of her own. Yet, strangely enough, this story begins in violence.
Knock it off, Buster. You might have done it already.
Booked on a charge of assault with intent to commit murder, Ted Richards was held pending the death or recovery of his victim. As he was without funds, his case was assigned to the public defender.
But he's been unconscious for almost 2 days now. If he doesn't recover soon, they'll call it murder, won't they?
They might if the Wharton girl sticks to her story that you provoked the fight.
All I know is when I saw him in that room, I wanted to hurt him as much as he'd hurt Betty and me.
Why don't you tell me the whole story and get it off your chest, huh?
Well, I guess it all began about 18 months ago when I took Betty to the hospital to have her baby. See, we were driving along.
How much further is it to the hospital?
Just a little way. We'll be there before you know it.
I hope so. Should have started it.
May I have a cigarette, Ted? Oh, sure. How's Betty?
She's going to be all right.
When I saw you instead of the nurse, I thought something was wrong. The baby.
A girl. She wasn't quite strong enough. We did everything we could.
Betty doesn't know it.
She senses that something is wrong. The mother usually does.
You didn't tell her.
I've given her a sedative. She'll sleep until morning.
How am I going to tell her, Doctor? Ever since we've been married, she's wanted a child. That's all she's thought about for almost 5 years.
I know. Betty deserves a baby. Someone to whom she can give all the love and affection that she never had in her own childhood.
What do you mean, could have given?
I'm sorry, Ted. We don't dare tell Betty till she's a lot stronger. But she'll never be able to have a child of her own.
"10 days following the tragic loss of her baby, Betty was released from the hospital. Physically, she was well on the road to recovery. The rest would take time and understanding.
You all right, darling?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just tired.
Oh, perhaps you better lie down. Come on, I'll help you into the bedroom.
I can manage.
I'll fix you a cup of coffee.
Well, what's the verdict, Doctor? You're doing fine. You've come a long way in the last 3 months.
Maybe I had a reason.
Yes?
I want to have another baby.
Don't you think you're rushing things a bit?
He's right, darling. After all, there's really no hurry.
Well, there is to me. How much longer can you expect me to wait?
Betty, I want to talk to you.
Oh, I know what you're going to say. But we can't let one failure throw fear over our whole lives.
I'm afraid it's not as simple as that.
Well, you said I'm fine. There's no reason I shouldn't have another child unless... Oh, no. It's not true.
I'm sorry, Betty. You have to face it.
How long have you known this?
Ever since you went to the hospital.
And you let me go on hoping and praying that someday I...
Betty, listen to me. You've had a pretty bad break, but that doesn't mean it's the end of everything.
It is to me. Don't you see, without a child, I'm nothing. Just an empty shell, not even fit to call myself a woman.
But you don't have to feel that way. You still have the love, compassion, understanding, all the requisites of a good mother.
He's right, darling. Don't you see? We can adopt a baby, maybe a little girl, and later on, a little boy.
It works out both ways, Betty. Somewhere, sometime, there'll be a child who needs you as much as you need it. Think it over, won't you?
State Board of Adoptions, please.
4th floor.
You folks figuring on adopting a baby?
We're thinking about it.
That's nice. Place door to the left.
Thank you.
Well, everything seems to be in order. We'll start processing your application right away.
Oh, that's wonderful. How long do you think it'll take?
Oh, several months, sometimes longer. You see, placing a child is a serious responsibility, and we can't be too careful.
Well, supposing everything else works out, Mrs. Brown, then how long do you think it'll be?
I can't say exactly, but judging from the number of applications in our files, I guess about 18 months to 2 years.
2 years? Well, we can't wait that long. We can't.
Isn't there some way in
I'm
which...
sorry, Mr. Reed, but unfortunately, that's the way it is.
Well, how'd you make out?
They said it would take 2 years.
Well, I guess it does. For some people.
What do you mean?
Well, of course, it's none of my business, but I hate to see you young folks discouraged. Maybe there's a way of cutting the time.
How? We'd try anything.
Well, I'm not sure yet, but I've been around here for a long time. There's a couple of people I could speak to.
Well, thanks, but we better stick to official channels.
Look, the name is Richards. You can reach us at this address.
Of course, I'm not promising anything.
Well, I understand. We're very grateful.